April 1865. America is celebrating. The war is finally over. In Washington, thousands of people fill the streets, rejoicing in the Union victory. On the balcony of the White House, the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, appears before the crowd. His face is weary, yet calm, lit with hope. He speaks of peace, of reconciliation, of a future where the nation, torn apart by conflict, can once again become one. But in that same crowd, one man's gaze is filled not with joy, but with hatred. John Wilkes Booth, a well-known actor, sees Lincoln not as a hero, but as a tyrant. His mind is consumed by dark thoughts. That evening, April 14th, Lincoln and his wife Mary Todd make their way to Ford's Theatre. The playbill reads, "Our American Cousin," a light comedy meant to make people laugh after years of sorrow. For the first time in a long while, Lincoln feels a rare peace. The theatre is packed. The audience rises in applause as the President and the First Lady enter their private box. The orchestra plays, the chandeliers glow, and the actors step onto the stage. No one could imagine the tragedy about to unfold. Backstage, Booth prepares. In his hand, a small pistol. At his side, a dagger. He knows the theatre well and moves silently through its narrow corridors. Step by step, he approaches the presidential box. On stage, the comedy continues. The crowd bursts into laughter. At that moment, the door behind Lincoln slowly opens. Booth enters, raises his revolver, and fires. A single shot echoes through the hall, cutting through the laughter. Smoke fills the air. Mary Todd screams. Panic erupts. Booth leaps from the balcony, shouting, "Sic semper tyrannis," thus always to tyrants. He crashes onto the stage, breaking his leg, but he rises and flees into the night. Inside the presidential box, doctors and officers rush to Lincoln's side. He is carried across the street to the Peterson House, where doctors fight desperately to save him. But as dawn breaks, hope fades. At 7:22 in the morning, Abraham Lincoln breathes his last. The nation loses its leader. Days later, Washington mourns. A solemn funeral procession moves through the streets. Black-draped horses pull the carriage. Thousands of men, women, and children, dressed in mourning, stand silently as flags hang at half-mast. The country says goodbye to the man who led them through their darkest hour. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. His life was cut short, but his words and his legacy endure forever, a symbol of freedom and unity for generations to come.